friends, this is Akshata here with yet another delicious, quick and healthy recipe. Today I'll be showing you how to make some vegetable soup. So let's get on to the ingredients. Here I've taken about 4 carrots and diced them. I've taken about half a cup of French beans and diced them. 1 large onion diced, and I've grated an inch of ginger and about 3 large cloves of garlic. I've grated them because this gives a very nice and different flavor to the soup. Then I have also taken 1 small potato, peeled it and diced it, and I put it in some water because otherwise if you leave it just like that, it turns a little on the brownish side. Then I've taken 2 of these soup cubes. You can use any flavor, veg or chicken. Then I have taken 1 bowl or 1 cup of macaroni, salt to taste, and finely ground pepper, which I'll be using about 2 teaspoons, and some extra virgin olive oil. Now here I'm using a large pot to make the soup in. So without much further ado, let's start making this delicious vegetable soup. I'm also going to be using about 2 large cups of water, that is water at room temperature. Now here I'm heating up this large pot in which we are going to make the soup. Now the pot is heated up a little, so we're going to add a little bit of olive oil. To this olive oil, we're first going to add our ginger and garlic grated. Give this a good stir. Till the rawness of the ginger and garlic goes away. Next, we are going to add our onion. And saute that too. Next goes in, when our onions turn a little translucent, next will go in our French beans. Give them a light stir, and our carrots too. Now you can add veggies of your choice. You can add broccoli, you can add some cauliflower, a little bit of cabbage, green peas, whatever you like. So let this cook a little. Then we're going to drain the water out of this potatoes which I have peeled and diced. So we're going to now add this potato. You can also make this soup in a pressure pan. Actually, it's faster in a pressure pan. Now we're going to add some seasoning. So I'll be adding 2 teaspoons of finely ground pepper powder. Some salt to taste. So I'll be adding just about 1 teaspoon because the soup cubes also have salt in them. And I'm going to put in these 2 soup cubes. These are easily available in the market. And just give all of this a nice mix. Now we're going to pour water according to how thick or how thin you want your soup. So I'm pouring about 2.5 cups of water, and even later on, if you feel, you can always add some more water. So now we're going to cover this pot up. First we'll give it one more stir, and we will cook this for at least half an hour on a little medium to high flame till all the veggies get cooked. Now, one more thing I forgot to add is the macaroni. You can also add pasta instead of macaroni. And we're going to cook this till all the veggies are slightly cooked, not completely cooked, and the macaroni also swells up. So approximately half an hour. And now, once the mixture is cooked, it has taken me about 30 minutes. I'm going to now put it into a blender pot and blend it. And I've also kept a little bit of it aside, about half a cup aside. So I will just blend this into a fine puree. And now once we have blended this into a fine puree, we'll put our gas stove on and pour this mixture back into our soup pot. And we are going to add about 1 more cup of water. You can add the water according to the thickness that you would like, whether you want a very thick soup or you want a very thin watery soup. Accordingly, you can add the water. So we let this now come to a boil. Now at this point, you can also taste for seasoning as to whether you require more salt or whether you require more pepper powder. And what we're going to do now is, we had kept about half a cup of the vegetables and the macaroni, which is in full. We'll add that too. So it will give some nice body to the soup. Now if you're making this in a pressure pan, then you will boil it for 1 whistle on high fire in the pressure pan, and then you will simmer it for about 10 minutes. Put off your gas stove and let it cool, and once your mixture is cool enough, then you blend it with a hand mixer or in a blender pot. Now while our soup is getting ready, let's make some croutons. Now here I have some brown bread slices. Just cut them lengthwise into 3 halves, and then 3 halves like this, or 4 halves rather. And to make it into a really healthy crouton, well, we're going to take some olive oil in our pan. So no deep frying of the croutons, because we want this to be a real healthy recipe. And you're just going to put these, don't have to heat your olive oil a lot, just put these bread small cut slices into your olive oil, and you have to just keep tossing them till they are nice and brown. So we'll keep tossing them till they are nice and brown. This will take about 2 minutes to get ready. And here you can see that our soup has now come to a boil. So now we can switch off our gas stove. And here you can see that the croutons are now getting nice and toasted with the olive oil. And here you can see that the croutons are all ready. They're nice and brown and toasted. So let's serve some nice soup. So you can take the soup out with a ladle, putting in a little bit of the pasta and the veggies too. In this way you can get your kids to eat French beans and carrots and all healthy veggies. And now we're going to add a few of these toasted croutons. And now all we need is a small sprig of some fresh coriander just to garnish this. Let's see how we're going to roast the brinjal. I'm using one large brinjal like this. I've just brushed it with some oil and I've just kept it on a rack directly onto the flame on a little medium to high flame, and we are going to continuously turn it every 5 minutes and see that it's roasted evenly on all sides. Now the entire procedure took me around 20 minutes, but keep an eye on it. And then once it is completely roasted, just put off the gas and let the brinjal completely cool. And then just with your fingers, you can just peel it off like this. It comes off very easily. And we are going to use the pulp, which we are going to just smash down with a fork. And it's very, very easy to mash down. So let's start with our first recipe of Vangyacha Bharit, which is the spicy one, also called Bharta. Now I'm going to list down all the ingredients along with the exact measurements in the description box as well as the comment section. But we require some very finely chopped onions, about 2 large onions, some coriander, freshly chopped coriander, some fresh curry leaves. This is about 2 tablespoons of peanut powder or shengdanyatsa koot. Then we have our spices like half a teaspoon of mustard seeds or mohri or rye, half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing, half a teaspoon of haldi powder or turmeric, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala, and about 1.5 teaspoon of red chilli powder. Now here I'm heating about 1.5 tablespoon of oil in a pan. Now I have used about 3/4 of the quantity for this recipe of the roasted brinjal, and I'm going to use 1/4 for the bharit, the other bharit that I'm going to show you, which has curd in it. Now once my oil is nice and heated, I'm going to add my mohri or my mustard seeds, followed by my cumin seeds or jeera. Next I'm going to add the fresh curry leaves. Next goes in some hing or asafoetida. Then goes in my haldi powder or turmeric powder. I'm going to give everything a nice mix with all the spices. Now I'm going to add my 2 finely chopped onions. You have to cut them really, really fine for this recipe. The onions add a real nice flavor to this bharit or bharta. Now I got many requests on my channel to show some brinjal recipes. I have another 2 recipes which I'm also going to link below. So now I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoon of red chili powder. You can adjust this as per your taste. Give it a mix. So like I was saying, I have 2 more recipes of brinjals. One is bharla vanga, which is an amazing recipe. So I'm going to leave that in the link in the description box as well as the comment section down below. And then I have a very simple brinjal fry, which is the Goan style, which is also very delicious. So I'm going to link that below too. So now I'm going to add my roasted and mashed up brinjal. And we're going to mix everything well together. This is such an amazing dish and it goes so well with some roti or chapati or puris. Now I'm just going to season it with some salt to taste. So roughly I've added about half a teaspoon of salt, but you can add as per your taste. Again, give everything a good mix.
Now I'm just going to add my garam masala. This is homemade garam masala. I will leave a link below in the description box as to how I make my garam masala at home. So check out my description box. It is just below the video. You will see something saying show more. Just click that. It will open up and you will see all the links to the recipe. You will see all the exact measurements. Now I'm adding my peanut powder or my shengdana. Now this is very simple to prepare. You just take some raw peanuts, just roast them in a pan, then let them completely cool down. Then just peel off the uh, peanut skin or peel, and then just put them in your mixer and grind it. It gives a lovely flavor to this dish, so if possible, don't skip the peanut powder. So now we're just going to cover and cook this for about 5 minutes on a low to medium flame. Give it a mix again. The aroma of this dish is just fantastic with all the lovely spices. And that's it, friends. Our dish is all ready to serve. So just transfer this to a serving bowl, and then all we're left to do is just garnish it with some lovely chopped up fresh coriander. Now, one tip I'd like to give you here is when you're using coriander, just soak the coriander in some water to which a little pinch of salt is added, and then rinse out the coriander before chopping it up. So there it is, friends. Now I'm just going to garnish it with my coriander, and always use the tender stalks of the coriander. They have a lovely flavor too. So here is our lovely vangyatsa Bharit, which is the spicy version. It's not over the top spicy, but it's really delicious and just the right amount of spice. This is one of my favorite dishes of brinjal. And now I'm going to show you the other version, which is the one which uses yogurt, which can be had as a salad too. It's very soothing and just right for the summer heat. So here I'm using 1/4 of the brinjal which I roasted and peeled and mashed. Then I have just about a 1/4 cup of onions, some green chilies, some cumin seeds, some asafoetida or hing, some green chilies, and some coriander. Now I'm going to make a tadka or a vorne. So here I've taken a small vorne vessel in which I'm going to add just about half a tablespoon of oil. Now once my oil is nice and hot, I'm going to start by adding my cumin seeds. Next will go in the green chilies. We're going to fry the green chilies. Next goes in my hing or asafoetida. We're just going to mix everything well. And now I'm just going to add this tadka or this vorne to my roasted and mashed up brinjal. Now give everything a good mix. Now I'm going to add just about 1/4 cup of onion. It gives a lovely crunch to this bharit. This can be had all by itself. You don't need to have any rotis or puris, just have it. Then I'm just going to season it or flavor it with a pinch of salt. Again, give everything a good mix. And now I'm going to add a little more onion. You can add as per your taste. And now I'm going to add some curd, about half a cup of curd. This is homemade dahi or homemade curd. It's very easy to prepare. Again, I'll leave a link of how to prepare homemade dahi or homemade curd in the description box or the comments box below. So be sure to go and check out all the links. And then give everything a lovely mix. This is a very light Bharit that's very, very soothing, and it's perfect for the summer. You can serve it chilled. You can even dip some nacho chips into it and have it as a dip. It's just amazing. And now all we have to do is just garnish our Bharit with a little bit of freshly chopped coriander. So there you have it, friends. Two types of Bharits, one spicy and one refreshing and really cool. So I hope you give both these recipes a try, and do let me know in the comment section below how you liked these recipes. Recipe. Now here I'm using 50 grams of light green chilies, which are the less spicy type. Just wash them well, cut off the tips, and you're going to cut them into half-inch bits like this, or half-inch pieces, and set them aside. Now I'm using 50 grams. If you want to make a larger quantity, just double it up by using 100 grams and double up all the ingredients shown in the video. So once you're done chopping with your green chilies, the next ingredient we're going to go with is ginger. So I'm using 2 inches of ginger. I've washed the ginger really well, and I'm just going to peel the ginger. Now don't discard this peel. You can use it when making tea. Just add it to your tea. And once you've peeled the ginger, just chop them up into very small cubes like I'll be showing you. So dice them up like this into very, very small cubes. Now this ginger adds a lovely flavor to this pickle. So this is a closer look. So once you slice it, just cut it up into smaller cubes like this. So now we're done with chopping up the 2 main ingredients. Now we're going to move on to making the masala for this pickle. Now in a small cudler or small pan, I've added half a teaspoon of oil, to which I'm going to add 3/4 of a tablespoon of methi seeds or fenugreek seeds. You're going to fry this really well till you get the aroma of the fenugreek seeds. So for about half a minute on a low flame, stirring continuously. And once that is done, you're just going to transfer it to a mixer jar or to a mortar like this, mortar and pestle, and you're going to grind this to a very nice coarse powder. It's very easy to grind because we've fried it, so it becomes a nice coarse powder. Once that is done, just transfer it to a bowl. So that's our fried coarsely ground fenugreek powder or methi powder. Now next I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of this yellow mustard powder and grind it to a very fine powder. So now we have all our ingredients, that is 1 tablespoon of the fenugreek powder, which we're going to add to a bowl. Next I'm going to add this finely ground mustard powder, 2 tablespoons. And this is easily available in the grocery store. Just tell them that you want to make pickle, and they'll know what you're talking about. Then you add half a tablespoon of turmeric powder or haldi powder, and 1.5 tablespoon of asafoetida or hing powder. Now mix all these 4 ingredients together, so this becomes our pickle masala powder. So you can prepare this in advance and store it in your refrigerator. So you can also see the lovely color that this pickle is going to get from the mustard powder as well as the turmeric powder. It has this lovely yellow color. So now we have all our ingredients, that is the chopped up chilies, the chopped up ginger. Now we're going to use about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice or lime juice. This is our masala powder that we just mixed, and we need some salt to taste. So to a bowl, I'm going to add the green chilies. Next will go in the ginger. Next we're going to add the lemon juice or the lime juice. And then mix these 3 ingredients really well. Add some salt to taste. So roughly about 1.5 teaspoon of salt. And now we're going to add all of this powder that we have ground, a little at a time, and just mix it all well together. And now we're going to temper this. So here I have about 5 tablespoons of oil, Once your oil is nice and hot, you're going to add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds or mori or rye, half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hinga, and half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi. Mix all of this well, and now you're going to put the flame or the heat off, and you're going to cool this for 15 minutes. We don't want to put a hot tempering. The oil has to be at room temperature, and then you just add it to this mixture, and then mix everything really well together. And that's it, guys. Your lovely ginger and garlic pickle is ready. So now you can transfer it to a bottle, a clean glass bottle, and it tastes better after 2 days. So just keep it aside for 2 days till all of it comes nicely together, and then you can start digging in and enjoying this pickle with any meal. It's really, really delicious. So I hope you give this recipe a try. And if you do, and if you like it, then don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a big like by clicking on the thumbs up icon. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please click the red subscribe button. And once you have subscribed, click the notification on the button all. That way, whenever I put up a new video or a new recipe, you'll get a message for the same. So thank you so much